Bobcats! Welcome back to another episode of the Sage Pod. I am Leah Ertel, your opinion editor.
And I'm Juliette, your sports editor.
Today, in episode 3, we will be reviewing a great fall time read by the King of Horror,
Stephen King.
Let's get into it.
As the fall season approaches, it brings cooler weather, pumpkin spice to everything, and Halloween with it. Halloween is such a fun and great holiday with...
Holiday?
Oh my god. Sorry. Reset here. Halloween is such a fun and great holiday with all that it represents and how it connects to the community together. Okay.
Oh, I say, yeah. Give me a day where I can dress up in fun costumes and go bribe candy out of people, and I'll be happy.
Facts. Anyway, what better way to get into the fall spirit with a book from Stephen King? A well-known horror author for writing more than 70 books.
Oh, yeah. His Halloween-esque vibes has inspired movies and ideas that just stick with audiences well after.
Okay. Billy Summers, one of his latest books, earning a 4.2 out of 5 on Goodreads, is the best Halloween/fall read this summer. FYI, spoilers ahead. We're spoiling the entire book, so if you have not read this book, don't listen to us.
Or you can.
But
you don't have to read it.
You don't have to read it.
But we recommend that you do.
Yeah. It's a great book. Love it. One of my favorite books ever.
I don't read a lot of Stephen King. You do. You're a Stephen King fanatic.
I own more than 30 of his books. Yeah. Because I'm a psychopath. But that's okay.
I've only read Misery and then this one, but yeah, no, definitely worth it. The way he writes... The way he writes is very slow in the beginning, like sometimes hard to get into, but then right when you hit the climax or like the middle, it just plummets down.
Literally. So
and then you can't put it down.
Right now I'm reading Christine by Stephen King. No words to describe how good it is. In the beginning I definitely was a little like, this is kind of boring, and then once you like get the vibe of what's gonna happen, then you're just like, oh my god, I can't stop reading. So yeah, Stephen King, I highly recommend him. He's great. Okay, what do we want to talk about? Okay, I want to start. Okay, so this is the spoiler part, so if you have not read this, don't listen any farther than this, or if you want to, you can. So in the Stephen King, what am I saying? Okay, Billy Summers. So in the beginning of this book, we get introduced to our main character, Billy Summers. He is a trained... Can we say this on a podcast?
He's a hired killer.
Okay. He's a trained assassin who only kills people if they are not good people.
Bad people.
So, for example... I probably can't say that.
You do a bad deed for the good deed.
Yeah.
But, that's kind of the moral fight between him.
Yes. Yeah. So he's fighting whether he's a good person or a bad person, because even though he's
doing a bad thing,
but also a good thing. I don't know.
Is it a bad thing or a good thing?
He's in his thoughts, and he can't really figure out who he is or what his purpose is because of his things that he's doing. But he has a very troubled past. His sister was murdered by someone, and he's traumatized from that, most likely. Mm-hmm. And his parents weren't very good parents. They weren't very around very much, and kind of abandoned him and his sister, and that's what caused to the murder to his sister, because his parents were either drunk or not around. So it was his dad.
Boyfriend, I think.
Right, the dad. Right. So, no, sorry. The mom's boyfriend was the one that killed him.
Yeah.
Right.
Killed her. Yeah.
Killed her. Right. Okay. Sorry. Anyway, bad family dynamic. A
little bit.
In the beginning of his life. But then he gets recruited. He gets recruited to the Navy, Army, and gets trained as an assassin. Marine? Or is it Marine? I don't remember. Something
One military branch.
Military, yes. One of those. And, so... he is hired to kill someone who had... I can't say this.
Bad guy.
Okay,
bad guy.
He was hired to murder someone who was not a very good person. We're not going to say what he did because that's not school appropriate. But
you can fill in the blanks.
But basically, he murders this person before he was supposed to, and these people who hired him are not giving him the money because he didn't do what he was supposed to do. So then he runs away because he obviously doesn't want to get arrested for killing someone. So he runs away and
is in hiding. Oh, and he has multiple disguises.
He has multiple disguises to get him away and get him a new house. And he puts on this act. And oh my God, I forget his name. What was his fake person's name?
Did something with a D.
Derek?
No.
Derek was the one that didn't give him the money, right?
Yeah.
John. Oh, wait, what was his name when he was in the what's it called?
Derek and Shanice Ackerman. Those were the little kids?
Yeah, those were the kids.
Oh, Phil? No.
How far is your mom through it?
Do not know, actually. Jensen. Oh my God. Dalton Smith.
Okay. Dalton Smith. So he put on his name as Dalton Smith and rented or bought a house?
Rented. That was one of the cutest parts, like one of the wholesome parts, where he's playing with the neighborhood kids, and he actually like fit into that life, you know?
He fit in.
He wanted it for a little bit, but then he had to carry out his job and ruin it.
Yeah. But then he ran away, and he's now rented a place. So, plot twist, he finds a
girl who was sexually assaulted.
A girl who was sexually assaulted on the street, who was dropped off by a van. He brings her in and helps her get back to health.
And they form an unlikely bond.
Yeah. But she at first believes that he's the one that sexually assaulted her, and he has to convince her that he didn't do it, and he's the one that helped her recover. So
he then goes after those guys.
Yeah, he then goes after the people who did not give him the money he was supposed to get. And yeah, you want to carry on with that? I forget what happens at the end, honestly. Like the middle part, like to the end. Well, I know what happens in the end.
The middle part.
I know, but that's in the middle part. When they go when they go to the hotel, yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right.
I
Yeah.
remember. Yeah. No. Maybe. Did he go back? Where'd he go?
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so in the middle of Billy Summers, more in the middle of the book, they go to a safe house with a friend, who owns the safe house, and gives them.
He's cool. He's a fun character.
Yeah, I like him a lot. What was his name again?
No idea. But
Bucky.
Bucky.
His name was Bucky. He's really cool. He's more. I don't want to describe him. He's like more on the heavier side. He's
older and gruff.
Yeah. So so this safe house is right next to the Overlook Hotel. So Stephen King likes to drop some Easter eggs in his books a lot of the times.
Hidden innuendos to his previous books.
Yes. And he does that quite a lot. And they actually retold the book of The Shining a little bit in the book. And they said, oh, some crazy guy murdered his family there. And, so he retells his stories kind of a little bit in his books. And then do you want to talk about the rest of the book?
Yeah. So after, where did I leave off?
It was the middle of the book when they were chasing. So right after he found Alice.
Okay. So right after he found Alice, they go, both of them, on like a little road trip around town to go seek revenge on her attackers. And then after that happens, they then decide, because, YOLO, they're going to go and get revenge on the people who are supposed to owe him money. So what happens there? They go get those people. And then Billy ends up getting shot, spoiler alert, by Grandma, the mother of one of the guys who owed Billy money, who is now passed. And so he gets shot. And then towards the ending of the book, it seems like Alice and Billy survives that, and then they go their separate ways or whatever, live a happy life. But turns out that Billy ended up dying. And as throughout the book reference, he was writing a book on his life. And after Alice buried him near the, what was it? On the mountain.
On the Overlook Hotel, by the Overlook Hotel.
Which she sees again. She completes his book.
And ends up being Billy Summers. So basically the book that we just read.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's funny. I just think it's it's definitely worth a read. It's unexpected twists and turns and a suspenseful climax. It will keep you engrossed all the way to the end. I would definitely give this rating like PG-13.
Oh, yeah.
So, just with some of the topics and things.
Well, there are a lot of swear words in it.
Swear words and just the situations, like very like heavy topics, you know.
Yeah. So I would say like on like borderline rated R.
Yeah.
Borderline. Like I wouldn't say there's not much violence. Oh, there is violence, but not like he doesn't describe like gory. No. So I'd say like borderline rated R.
Yeah. PG-13.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
I love the last line of the description on the back where it's, "You won't ever forget the stunning novel from master storyteller Stephen King, and you will never forget Billy." I just think that's just such impactful. It's like, oh, when you end it, you're kind of like, what do I do now?
Right.
Because it just sticks with you.
Yeah. And then one of the quotes from the book that I think is really good too. Bad people need to pay a price, and the price should be high. So he only kills people that
Deserve it. Yeah.
Which is why I like Billy.
I loved the ending. I would say
I'm not going to lie, I cried.
Yeah. The ending was my favorite part because it was so unexpected. You're like, oh.
He's dead.
Oh, yeah. He died.
I really hope they do like a TV show or a movie on this book.
I hope they do it justice, though, you know.
Don't make it bad. If it's bad, I'm literally quitting. I'm done with movie adaptations of books. So
yeah, it's hard to really mess this one up. So
you have to really like change up the story, which I don't know why you do that.
No,
it's a great story.
Great story already.
Yeah.
So that might happen because a lot of his books have been adapted into some really hit movies.
We can honestly look it up right now.
Not yet.
What? Is Billy Summers a good book? Well, yes. Going to be
a movie.
Billy Summers is the new King Tale to get a film adaptation, with Deadline reporting that J.J. Abrams will produce the feature for Warner Bros.
Oh,
who would play? Leonardo? Shut up. Shut up.
Leonardo DiCaprio. My love. Oh my god. Who's gonna be the girl?
Is this real or is this fake? Yeah, I think that's all we have for today.
Yeah, so stay tuned for the movie coming out, or maybe try and read the book.
Yeah. Read it.
We recommend you read it, even though we spoiled it, and you should read it.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right. Thanks for listening, Bobcats. Stay tuned for next week.
This has been Juliette Delicio
and Leah Ertel
reporting for The Sage.